So on Amazon Prime, I had the chance to watch a movie that has, for several months at least, I think I just discovered this, not all that long ago, probably earlier this year. Had it on my watch list over on IMDb. Yeah, there's still some function left of that worthless piece of shit website. This is called Liquid Sky. It's from 1982. It premiered at a festival in 1982. Went on to be 1983's highest earning indie film. Just not really saying a whole lot. There really wasn't a huge scene, a lot of contesting for indie film then. And most anything that was kind of indie ended up really becoming something like Orion Pictures. So, yeah, I don't think this made a ton of dough, but it's one of those cult classics, a cult film. And I have some mixed feelings about this. You see, not the worst story. Maybe a little more in with today's times theme. But you know what? Don't look at Prime Video's synopsis of this movie because they try to ruin the movie. Somebody who hadn't seen the movie wrote the synopsis or cut and pasted it from somebody else, and the synopsis is wrong. Okay, so you got this gal. And, forgot the gal's name, the character. Okay, I'm just going to say the chick. So, she has a roommate. Her roommate is into slam poetry, awful music. This is a Club Kids vibe, early 80s. I wouldn't call it punk, but it's like, almost like gay club punk with a lot of synth. And the visuals are not so bad. This is a pretty damn good restoration or transfer. I'm assuming this looks better now than it has in many years. So in some ways, it's aged good as far as that stuff is concerned. Well, the chick has not an alter ego, but is playing a dual role. This guy, Jimmy, he's a male model, and she's a female model. And they actually have scenes interacting together. And that threw me off at first. I couldn't tell if these were two different people, if they're supposed to be two different people, But then I accidentally read the synopsis on Prime Video, and it said alter ego Jimmy. And I'm like, okay. So when Jimmy meets with his mom and talks about money, his mom knows the girl side. Like, what's going on here? Because later on, the mom's like spying on the girl, doesn't recognize her son/daughter. But these are actually two different characters, and that's what the problem is. It's not in playing the alter ego role where this is like some character in their head. This is actually a separate character played by one actress who, unfortunately, is not a super strong actress. This was what they call it, she-male in Crocodile Dundee. It's actually a woman. She's not the worst looking chick. I think she wrote this movie, and the dialogue's pretty bad. The acting, maybe the goal here with some of the acting, like there's this astronomer that comes by because he somehow instantly knew that there's a tiny ass UFO on top of these chicks' apartment. They have the penthouse, but they're poor as shit. That makes sense. It's in New York City, 80s. Maybe real estate was different then. So somehow he detected this tiny little UFO that's doing weird predator vision shit, and it's killing people while they're having sex, particularly with the chick, the model chick. And it's like, okay, what's the deal here? There's some connection. It's like there's heroin endorphins given off during climax. And so it's almost like, did the I Come in Peace people with Dolph Lundgren, did they like pick up on some of this? Because when that like their alien was coming after people's brain for this reason, juices, right? But he was pumping them full of heroin, then extracting. It was stupid, but... yeah, this little micro UFO disc is zapping people with... there's not a lot of logic to it. It seems like these crystal shards come into their brain when they're trying to rape the chick. or in any case, and then the body will disappear. She'll just kind of wish it away, and she thinks there's somebody watching over her, gives her some name. The astronomer is a particularly awful actor. That he bumps into a guy who works with, he's like the acting coach of the model chick. He says he's an acting coach, but he might be the worst actor in the whole get-up. The acting is just too awful to ignore, guys. And to make matters worse, and I know I've been neglecting to bring up the music and the score in films, possibly the worst score I've ever heard in a film, mainstream or not. Just irritating synth sounds with no coherent rhythm, no beat, just beep, bloop, all over the place. So if the acting doesn't get you, the music will. Eventually, the astronomer gets taken out by the UFO. I'm pretty sure. Well, no, I think he gets stabbed by the model chick. She realizes that she can kill people when she has sex with them, but she doesn't know it's the UFO aiding in this. And everybody who touches her is getting zapped. There's stupid shit going on. During a modeling shoot, everybody wants there to be a rape. There's this weird thing about transgenderness and consent. There's so much rape in 80s movies, man. Like what I've been watching lately, it's like if it's an 80s movie, there's rape or an undertone or an implied rape. Jeez, there's a lot of rape in 80s movies. Like it's assumed there's going to be a rape. Yeah, so yeah, she gets some revenge, but you have the club kid vibe, and look how different this is. Very high Rotten Tomatoes score. It's almost inexplicably high. Because, yeah, it might be fairly original, but it's not great. It's not, as a concept. But it's also really terribly put together in parts. The cinematography is strong here. The cinematographer also did the special effects, which, considering the budget, not too bad, honestly. But then what's the shit with the music? Jesus Christ. And the acting, like who approved of some of these takes? I mean, this is a reluctant 2 out of 4 stars for Liquid Sky. Definitely not a fresh rating from me.